We've now officially had the content plan for Endgame in Season 5 and it's not looking good for the mode. We're getting a new assignment and exotic major and minor abilities, and that is pretty much it. It doesn't look like there will be any more skill tracks, exotic skills or nightmare skills added to the mode, so I thought I'd drop my personal definitive prestige free operator build in this video. This is the best operator I could build for my personal playstyle and the loadout I'll be using for the remainder of my time in Endgame before Modern Warfare 4's DMZ drops in a few months' time. I uploaded a video going over my Prestige 3 operator about a month ago, but several skills have been added since then, and so I've made some changes to it, so this is the updated version of that. In this video I'll go over absolutely every aspect of my loadout from weapons to nightmare skills and why I have made these choices. So without further ado, let's get started on my definitive Prestige 3 operator build. Despite the XR3 Ion receiving a heavy nerf at the start of Season 4, it remains one of the best primary weapons you can carry, providing it has the right attachments, utility bonus and skill tracks to accompany it. My XR3 build is the Fang hover point for the optic, the 19-inch Revolution barrel, 0S handguard underbarrel, overload capacity magazine, LT sling grip rear grip, the LTI collapse stock, 3MW motion strike laser and the quick charge fire mods. For the exotic effect I have mortar rounds and the utility bonus is of course sharpshooter. For my melee slot I am using the katana as it has the best range in the melee slot, and honestly I don't really tend to use melee weapons all that much anyway, but again this one has mortar rounds as the exotic effect and slasher which doubles the attack speed as the utility bonus. And finally for my secondary I have the absolutely iconic reboot pistol. This is the named exotic variant of the 1911 pistol that can be found in exotic weapon cases. Again I have mortar rounds as the exotic effect on this one, as well as the grenade bullet utility bonus. This is absolutely amazing at dealing with crowds of enemies. For the field equipment, I usually stick with decoys as these are great for separating zombie-based enemies like fears away from elites and bosses. Decoys will distract certain enemies for a short period of time, giving you some space to move or not get overrun. Okay, let's move on to major and minor abilities. For the major ability, I always use Crash Cart as I primarily play as a solo player. Having Crash Cart will allow you to revive yourself instantly anytime you go down. It will recharge over time as well, so can be used repeatedly. You'll also get a health boost and temporary invulnerability once it's activated. It can also be used to revive allies, providing they are within range. As for the minor ability, I use the grappling hook. A lot of players out there prefer the kinetic jump, which is understandable, but for me, grappling hook gives you more control over where you are going. It can get you out of a lot of sticky situations. Now let's move on to the meat and veg of this operator with skill tracks. This is largely where some changes to my previous build have been made, thanks to the addition of a new skill track since I last uploaded the video like this. So the major change I've made is to remove the gunner skill track and replace it with Guardian. Guardian is the newest skill track added to Endgame, and honestly it's an absolute game changer. It has tons of useful skills within it that are both defensive and offensive, making it the perfect skill track to apply to your operator. There are a few standout skills that I'll quickly go over now. Payback. Enemies that damage the player receive damage themselves. This is really overpowered. It will almost always eliminate any lower level enemies within a hit or two, meaning you have less enemies to deal with. It pops off pretty consistently as well, so you are eliminating enemies without firing a shot as you move across the world. Fortified. Reduce incoming damage for every currently equipped plate. As you have more plates, the damage reduction is bigger. So providing you are fully plated, you'll mitigate any incoming damage. So you'll take way less damage than you normally would. Keep the plates topped up and you'll be close to invincible with Guardian equipped. Another standout skill in this skill track is Rescue Pulse. With this, you'll be able to revive downed teammates just by standing nearby them. They will be able to revive you just by being near you as well, without needing to interact or hit the revive button. Then I have Eagle Eye as my second skill track. The main skill within this skill track is the increased crit damage skill. This is going to double any headshot damage you deal, making you far more powerful. This paired with the sharpshooter utility bonus is going to give you insane levels of damage. For the third skill track, I've added Berserker. This one again has a few standout skills for me. Faster weapon fire rate, kills regenerate armor plates, which goes great with Guardian. You'll also get a crit damage speed boost when getting kills rapidly. And the final skill track is Bulldozer. Again, some of the standout skills here for me are the armor regeneration skill, point blank range that drastically improves damage when up close to enemies, and the explosive resistance, which comes in very handy when using the reboot with grenade bullets. Okay, so let's move on to the exotic skills and nightmare skills. Prestige 3 operators can have 4 skill tracks, 2 exotic skills and 2 nightmare skills at a time. So my 2 exotic skills are Shattered Shield, which will stun and damage nearby enemies when armor breaks, but it will also make you temporarily invincible when your final plate breaks, and can drop a photon round that deals damage to enemies and heals the player. My second exotic skill is Echo Shell. The description for this one reads, significantly reduces damage taken from behind, but the coverage of your operator receives is nearly your entire body, not just from behind. This is probably the most broken skill in the game and will pretty much make you invincible. A side note to add about Echo Shell as well is that it stops any explosive damage, including your own. So if you do decide to take Bulldozer off, this exotic skill will protect you against your own explosive damage from the reboot. Moving on to nightmare skills, we have Chaos Rounds that gives you a chance to trigger any of the exotic effects in Endgame. So that's Mortar Rounds, Shrapnel Rounds, Frost Rounds, etc. on top of any exotic effects you have applied to your weapons, which causes significant carnage. The other nightmare skill I am using is Phoenix Burst, which triggers an explosion when your health is low and fully restores your health. Upgrading this nightmare skill adds temporary invulnerability and ammo gains. Again, this is a fantastic defensive skill to have. And that is my definitive Prestige 3 operator build. Endgame is pretty much over now content-wise. We're not expecting any more major updates or additions to the mode, so I don't see my operator changing much at all moving forward. I believe this is the ultimate build for my personal playstyle. It's the perfect balance between defensive skills and offensive skills and weapons. It's going to deal out the absolute maximum amount of damage with the combination of Sharpshooter and Eagle Eye, but also keep me alive in the harder places like Glitch Fractures with Guardian and Echo Shell. The only downside to this build is that it lacks Daredevil, which is essential for getting around Avalon faster than without it. But you could always trade Berserker out for it if you can't live without Daredevil. Let me know what your ultimate operator build is in the comments below. What would you change to suit your playstyle? I'll be uploading a ton more Endgame videos in the coming days and weeks, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. As the content drops cool down, I'll be focusing more on streaming on the channel, so keep an eye out for any future live streams. I go live at around 9 AM UK time on Mondays and Thursdays, so be sure to come and say hi when you can. I have a Discord server with well over 700 members in it, so if you're looking for teammates or want to discuss Endgame further, the link is in the description below. You can now also support the channel further by becoming a member. You'll get exclusive badges, emojis, access to a member-only chat in the Discord, and more. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day.